Hello and welcome back to another battle report. This time it is the mostly mechanized German forces playing against my Soviets. The battle for Solivgrad, our campaign game one. The Germans have a point advantage due to the campaign scenario, 1250 to my 1000 points. Konflikt 47 and a modified scenario 4 from Fortress Budapest, the bolt action campaign supplement. Like I mentioned a little bit there, it's the campaign game, and I strongly suggest you take a look at just the video, and that'll be in the link, kind of just giving a broad overview, and it will have this is using the new errata from May 2020. The some of the notes on the campaign, and I'll just go to the mission or the map here. So their German forces are trying to come in, capture the town. They thought they were going to capture the Soviets unaware. That is not the case, so we'll be able to set up somewhat of an ambush. The German forces are coming in with a higher amount of points, 1250. To my 1000. To counteract that, the Soviets do get a free air observer, and then in addition to that, the air observer has a special rule to where they don't count the rookie pilot. They get basically an experienced person. So a 1 through I think 3 is just they'll come back next turn, and a 4 up is they're coming in, and it's always going to be a ground attack craft. So in this mission, the attackers will deploy first, and then the Soviets or the defenders in this case get to go second, and then all our stuff can start out hidden. The the objective is you get so many points for the main objective here on the road, and then the Germans get points for getting troops within the town, which is the limit of pretty much the buildings, and then we each get a point for killing something. So my forces, as noted here, the free air observer. So I just kind of took a smattering. Apologize in advance. Going on here, the Daughters of the Motherland aren't fully painted yet, but I had them built for a while and just kind of wanted to get them on the table. But the standard heavy infantry, double LMG veteran squad, Mark II squad, just a my I love the Soviets for just having squads of dudes with SMGs, medium machine gun, free air observer, AT rifle, free squad, my sniper, and LT. He was just the garrison commander for this research depot or something to that effect, or his lackey, and so he gets put out on the front line. So the Germans, I mentioned it's mostly mechanized, but I believe functionally it was only like one transport slot short of being a full mechanized force. In the bolt action book, it's supposed to be a full tank platoon that's attacking. In this case, we changed it to where you can either use an airborne squad or pretty much whatever you wanted. So he's bringing his standard German mechanized force on to turn one. So yeah, so my guys are hidden here. Had a this is the double LMG squad, snipers in I believe this building, MMGs here. So my idea is I assumed they were going to be coming into town. Oh, that's the other thing. I get some obstacles, so I placed my 2 obstacles there because I'm going to try to funnel them in, pop the vehicle, and kind of block up the advance. So over here he's got a target designator, MMG team, and yeah. So the idea being is my guys are going to fire, keep these firing. They're going to swing around as I got a little bit closer and just behind cover and everything and just pop whatever came in this area. They have 2 Panzerfaust, so if things, I could run them out if needed, but really I was just going to sit them back. And being as they were open topped here, this sniper and MMG just try to put pins on them. Brings us to, here we go, so in the reserves I put the Mark II and the SMG squad. So the hope being is he's bringing his forces in. Objectives right here out in the open because they're trying to capture the town. They want to get the highway to bring in reinforcements quickly. So my thought being is okay if I get lucky, one of these are planned as things go as a plan. These guys, AT rifles up here. These are just the free guys, so they're not going to do anything. But it looks like a lot of dudes behind a wall, so it's nasty. Um, so they're free. But yeah, the idea being is if I can pop them here, these transports are full of people, so they're gonna have to get out and start coming in. So then my next wave will then be able to come in wherever needed. And being as these guys have the assault rifles and everything, they're gonna be able to just pick them off as they come in because he doesn't get points unless he's in the town or kills something. So by keeping all my stuff or a lot of my stuff hidden back here, my thought being is I can counter and hit him pretty good. And then a shot from the left flank, the free air observer anti-tank rifle team. So he's got a little window. So he's got pretty much this whole area. He's just going to be popping shots down. So turn one. So yeah, not a lot really happens, but the Germans decide to do a full court press. So they're rolling in. We start trading shots. You see some pins here as we really line it up. Not too much happening this time as he's just trying to, he's playing to the objectives. So he's doing what he can to bring them in. Just get him as close as he can because in these transports are mostly heavy infantry. So, if he gets popped back here, it's functionally a death sentence from a mission standpoint. So, he's going to take the risk and just kind of bum rush him up here. Yep. So like I said, right about this time, I swing these guys around. Marker for the target, the air observer. Go ahead and knock that in because just yeah, I want to do as much damage outside outside as possible. So yeah, so they move up. Seeing him push forward like this, I know, this is where the action's going to be. So I start swinging towards the middle to counter. Brings us to 2. So yeah, bam, got lucky. So yeah, we just pile on the pins. Nothing on the back guy here. So yeah, so the heavy infantry pulls up. AT rifle, so he even with the pins and stuff, he was able to pull up. We then proceed to fire into it. Anti-tank rifle immobilizes it here. So at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. Because I popped this one. All the guys popped out here. You can kind of see them here. This pulls up, immobilize that. He's already down. I think he's down a guy. So yeah, at this point, I was like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's turn 2, and I've knocked out 2 of his vehicles. He's not getting into, killed one, immobilized the other. So then, yeah, he swings his learn to fear this one. So he swings his out, pops out his flame troops, just or flamethrower team, and just nukes my double LMG squad just right out the gate. So it's like, oh, well, that changes things a little bit. And then pops out his engineers and burns up. So yeah, so I was like, oh darn, you maybe it's not going so good. So now yeah, he's got 4 pins on that. Luckily about this point, bring in my reinforcements, get them in, assault rifles. So yeah, they already smoked 1 squad, so they're close. So yeah, I just target them and pop them. So yeah, I feel a little bit better, but really would have liked the whole 8-man veteran squad here. But fire hurts. So yeah, yeah, fire round 2. So it's a little stompy here. Turns, stomps up, turns, comes in, and just burns. So finishes them. So yeah, my heavy infantry. I think they fired and did some pins on these things, but not obviously not enough, right? Gets hit with 2 flamethrowers at you. Yeah, and that ended turn 2. So on to turn 3. So I was feeling pretty good at the start, and then at the end it's like, oh man. So yeah, he gets the first pull. chucks this thing down here, because he doesn't want to block for what transports he does have left. He doesn't want to block it, so he turns, books it down, turns this way, poof, burns burns that squad off. So yeah, apparently all our equipment or heavy armor is just leaking oil and gasoline or whatever super flammable rift tech thing we got going on there. Um, so about this point, so I go, I swing them down and fire. There are two Panzerfaust, capture Panzerfaust, pop it. Yeah, so I ran them this way because I was debating on maybe try to swing over here and fire into them and um, try to split fire. But given the damage that these things and the speed, I thought it would be best to move um, and then get within as close as get as close as possible to mitigate some of the negatives there and just fire. And luckily it paid off, blew a giant hole in it. Um, so engineers decide to climb in the ruins here. They claim they get that, clear out all the mess that was my veteran squad. So he's already got at least one squad camping in per his objective. And you can see he did a good idea by getting the moving that out of the way. So he's now able to bring in his other transport, kind of act as cover. So it's taking fire from my inexperienced squad or my AT rifle or something. So it's taking hits that I would be hitting, them with. But he's doing smart and kind of doing it right and bringing it, using vehicles cover. So my next reinforcements rolls come in. So yeah, trying to pop them. I do a good job of whittling them down. I think he's down to two or three guys. That brings us on to four. So yeah, it's getting kind of ugly here. So yeah, he fires off, returns fire. Believe we engage in a firefight and peel off, but all but one guy. So he's still hanging out, holding that objective, or completing his objective, getting in town. He rolls this thing forward, starts firing pins on them. Same here. So yeah, you can see the heavy infantry guys that were in the transport that got blown up. So they're coming around. He's moving this over to kind of secure the flank. Because remember, I still have a sniper here, MMG. So he's kind of bringing it over to right now fire at them, but then continue to get points. LT's making a run for it, so he's sneaking out. So yeah, finally the inexperienced squad had is all they could. So his heavy infantry had just been walking up, gunning them down. Um, AT rifles putting in work, fires, pops this one, immobilize that one. Um, so at least he's on the objective, but hey, I at least feel good about knocking a tread off. So yeah, you see they're coming in here. LT runs into here. In this mission, vehicles can claim objectives. Forgot to mention that earlier. But transports only if they're occupied. So by him jumping LT into here, he now makes it, even with it being immobilized, scoring. So he's pretty much secured this objective for 5 points. So I have to kill the vehicle to get that back. And yeah, they can just keep dumping fire into to my two squads here. Yeah, and it just when it rains it pours. So yeah, brings us on to 5 here. So yeah, there he gets first pull, and it's okay. Well, who's it gonna be? Oh, SMG troops, regular guys, so they get lit up. All but I think one dies, and they just they book it. Um, Finally, the squad they're just moseying on up. So they've crossed the wall, so they're now into town. LT's been firing his pistol off, not doing a dang thing, but I believe they turn and kill the AT rifle because I think LT's been firing for like 3 turns and not hit anything, and meanwhile Deadeye up here has been popping 2 or 3 vehicles. So yeah, you see them. So they're just keep dumping shots on here, um, moving in. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I did kill the targeted designator, so I got that going for me. And the machine gun was down to one guy, so jumped behind the wood so he couldn't be seen. Um, yeah, yeah. So bring it in here. So you see my right flank, or what's left of it, is the MMG and the sniper. They're still firing it until the barrel melts, but they're not doing much. I think the sniper had a chance to kill the squad guy down here, that last guy, but he didn't. He whiffed it. And then a view of the my left flank, top bottom of 5. So yeah, that's gone OF. Yeah. So air observers radioing back and back going, it's all bad. It's all bad. Um, but yeah, yeah. So LT ended up making it through because he just kept moving these guys up. And yeah, so they were able to move in and secure a solid victory. And by solid, I mean a massive victory. 29 points to 4. Um, yeah, so it was a crushing loss for my troops. We did kill four units. He killed 6 mine, which, so you're kind of going, what happened here? Um, so just a quick rundown. The the main objective is 5. Then you get 1 for each unit killed. But then the attacker in this case gets 3 points for each unit in the town. Yeah, so there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 units. So you talk, that's 18 points right there. Um, so that's why you look at it here, and it became a crushing, crushing defeat. Um, so all in all, some of the stuff I kind of learned. It was a real fun game. And like I said, that turn 2 was very interesting. How we both had the peaks and the valleys where it's like, oh man, that airstrike came in and blew it up and pinned a bunch of stuff, and I was like, oh, this is bad. We both kind of didn't mention it, but we're like, man, this is bad. you he didn't, obviously kept played out always, but yeah, by the end, yeah, it definitely, the pendulum swung back the other way. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It did teach me from the standpoint of most if not all of my anti-tank is very short range. Um, so I probably need to build up some more anti-tank stuff, because I think if I had that, I would have been able to place it in, that turn 1, been able to crack off some shots. Um, if not on the lead vehicles and some of the tail vehicles, to force the heavy infantry to walk to where my anti infantry stuff can actually do some damage. Um, Obviously the spin did the spin did a ton of work by pulling off two heavy infantry units. But that's a high risk, high reward, because he very easily could have rolled a 1, and then just I could have blown up that that walker, blocked off the road. Now none of those transports are getting into town, or any of his vehicles or anything like that. Now, but all in all, it was a really good game. So this is the a campaign game. So the Germans were able to secure a foothold, secure the highway, and get 3 campaign points for this game. So next one we'll be fighting. There will be looking to capture more of the town on their march towards the depot. Um, as I mentioned in the kind of the overview video of the campaign, we're just playing it in a linear way, so there's not a decision tree one way or the other, a win or loss. We're just going to play through the 4 missions and see where they end up, and just base it on the amount of points the attacker gets. And anyway, very good and entertaining start to the campaign overall. Obviously, the German forces are feeling pretty good, and hopefully, as the Soviet defenders, will be able to hold them off. Thanks for watching.